Did you know that by next year, over 65% of all online searches are expected to end without a single click? This is the dawn of the zero-click era, a fundamental shift that is quietly dismantling the traditional playbook for marketing, education, and the modern workplace. If you are a corporate professional, a Gen Z adult, or a millennial parent, you are currently standing at the center of a generational collision. We're moving from a world where we search for information to a world where we converse with knowledge. We have spent the last decade perfecting a digital system designed for desktop searches and polished brand identities. But Gen Alpha, the first truly AI-native generation, is about to enter the room. They don't just use digital tools, they speak AI as a first language. Today, we're going to look at why your current digital strategy is likely invisible to the next generation, and more importantly, how you can lead this shift rather than just surviving it. We have analyzed the habits of 4 distinct generations to build a new playbook for 2026. Let's start with the hard truth about search. For years, the goal was simple: get the click. You optimized your website, you paid for keywords, and you hoped a user would land on your page to see your value. But the rise of AI overviews and retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, has changed the math entirely. When an AI can summarize an entire topic, provide a specific product recommendation, and give a technical explanation all within the search interface itself, the user no longer needs to visit your site. This is what we call answer engine optimization, or AEO. In this new environment, the traditional currency of traffic is being replaced by topical authority. You are no longer competing for a blue link on page 1. You are competing to be the trusted source of data that the AI uses to generate its answer. For a business or a creator, this means you must ground your digital presence in trusted, private data. Generic AI models are trained on internet averages, which frequently leads to hallucinations or shallow, repetitive content. To stand out, you have to connect your specific knowledge bases, your unique transcripts, and your verified product catalogs to the ecosystem, so that the models cite you as the primary authority. This brings us to a critical realization regarding multimodality. Just a year ago, image generators were struggling to produce realistic human hands. Today, they create lifelike scenes, people, and objects on demand. Branding, concept art, mood boards, and marketing assets can now be iterated in minutes rather than weeks. The creative bottleneck is moving away from software technique and toward idea quality, direction, and ethical guardrails. The trajectory for text-to-video systems is even more disruptive. We are heading toward long-form 4K generation, where the costs of sets, extras, and stock scenes drop to nearly zero. In this world, entertainment will expand into new formats, like digital twins and licensed likenesses. Education will gain personalized video explanations tailored to every student's learning speed. Marketing will gain infinite variations of the same message, each optimized for a specific viewer's preferences. For the corporate professional, this means that the polished look is no longer a competitive moat. If anyone can generate a high-budget-looking video with a single prompt, then high production value is no longer a signal of quality or expertise. In fact, for Gen Z and Gen Alpha, extreme polish often signals that a message is manufactured or inauthentic. They have developed a highly tuned 3-second filter. If a piece of content feels too scripted or corporate, they scroll past it instantly. Immediacy and raw realness have become the new standards for retention. To engage these audiences, you have to front-load your value. In a mobile-first, vertical video world, the most important point of your message must appear in the first 5 seconds. If you aren't using pattern interrupts, shifting visual angles, using bold text overlays, and keeping the pacing tight, you're giving the viewer an opportunity to exit. We are moving into an era of personalized video explanations and infinite variations in marketing, where entertainment will expand into digital twins and licensed likenesses. This shift goes deeper than media consumption. It is fundamentally changing how the human brain interacts with work. We are seeing the emergence of the AI-augmented brain, which requires a completely new kind of workspace architecture. Humanity has always extended its capabilities through technology, from counting on fingers to leveraging billions of calculations per second. AI is simply the next leap in that partnership. Most organizations still treat AI as just another software tab on a standard desk. However, a truly AI-native workspace requires a redesign of both our digital and physical environments to accommodate a generation that views imagination and execution as a single, seamless pipeline. Digitally, this means moving toward a ubiquitous interface. Gen Alpha will not want to switch between 15 different browser tabs to finish a single task. They will expect an environment where knowledge is conversational and tools are integrated. Physically, we need to move away from the rows of cubicles designed for the industrial era. The AI-native workspace needs deep work silence zones specifically for human-AI collaboration and separate collaborative hubs where teams can integrate AI-moderated simulations into their brainstorming sessions in real time. This is about creating spaces that support the cognitive load of a brain that is constantly steering an intelligence rather than performing manual data entry. In a management context, this also means a total shift in roles. Instead of just assigning tasks and deadlines, we are moving toward a model of prompt engineering and fact-checking. In this new workflow, one person might be responsible for steering the AI's creative output, while another audits that output for accuracy, brand alignment, and ethical guardrails. The human's job is no longer to do the legwork of production, but to provide the direction and the final stamp of truth. This is a vital lesson for millennial parents as well. Preparing the next generation for the workforce isn't about teaching them to memorize facts that an AI can recall in a millisecond. It's about teaching them how to verify synthetic content and how to label AI-generated work ethically. As we move from text to photorealistic images and eventually to full-scale video generation, the ability to maintain critical thinking when the perfect answer is always at their fingertips will be the most valuable skill they can possess. We must also recognize that different generations now solve problems in entirely different digital neighborhoods. While older generations might still prefer a desktop search and millennials might rely on voice search or specific mobile apps, Gen Z has turned social platforms like TikTok and Instagram into their primary search engines. They aren't looking for a sterile Wikipedia entry, they're looking for a person they trust to explain a concept. This is why building a personal brand with AI-preferred status is so critical. You want to be the source that both humans and algorithms turn to when they need an authoritative perspective. So, how do you practically start building this topical authority and surviving the zero-click era? It begins with your data. If you are a business owner or a professional, you need to start treating your internal knowledge, your transcripts, and your unique insights as your most valuable physical assets. Do not try to fix everything with AI at once. Instead, identify 3 high-impact use cases where you can prove value within 90 days. Perhaps those use cases are customer support summarization, internal knowledge retrieval for your employees, or using AI to iterate on concept art and marketing variations. When you ground a model in your specific policies and history, the AI becomes an expert in your specific world, not just a general calculator. This creates a competitive moat around your brand that generic AI users cannot cross. By 2026, the brands and individuals who lead will be those who have moved from being content creators to being sources of truth that the world's AI infrastructure relies upon. Whether you are managing a global team, raising an AI-native child, or building your own career, the path forward requires a move away from the polished and the generic. We are entering an age of multimodality, where the only limit is the quality of our ideas and the strength of our ethical guardrails. By embracing short-form authenticity, mastering the zero-click landscape, and redesigning your workspace for an AI-augmented mind, you aren't just reacting to the future, you are building it. Welcome to the era of the AI native. It is time to rewrite the playbook.